Um, yeah, the recording has officially started. Welcome to day 2 of our 2-day refresher course. Today's session is about converting PDF BOQs to Excel and then formatting the Excel sheets BOQs to PRM BOQs in Excel. This will then enable us to ensure that we upload our BOQs on the system without any challenges insofar as the formatting is concerned. So really, those are the two takes for today. They seem short, but it's quite a lengthy exercise. So to that end, what I've done is I've emailed you a PDF that we're going to use as an example. So, and we're going to approach it in twofold. I think the first one is I'm going to demonstrate how we convert our PDF to Excel using welovepdf.com. And then from then on, once it's in Excel, I'm going to try and load it on the system. And if we experience an error, we'll try and investigate what could be the reason. And then once we find that reason, we'll fix it on Excel and try and load it again until it accepts. And then once it accepts and we are ready to price, obviously, individually, we will have taken notes on the things to watch out for when we are converting or formatting the Excel sheet. So I would like to engage it in this particular format so that I allow people to take their individual notes regarding how they are interpreting the entire journey. Because I might be saying something, but the interpretation can be totally different. And the way that people will remember and code it in their brains will also be different. Hence, the approach is that I'm going to intentionally format it in a certain way in which when you load it in the system, it will give you errors. And then we will then collectively investigate those errors so that we can try and make our individual notes. So that said, I'm going to start sharing my screen so that I can show you the PDF that we are going to convert this morning. Window. No, I'm going to use you as my guide here. So please, if you can see what I'm presenting, please just type in yes on the chat box. Or anyone can just type in yes on the chat box. Great. I've got one. I need a second person, please, so that we can proceed. Just type in yes on the chat box. Going once, going twice. Okay. I'm not quite sure if the other guys can see it. Khabedi, can you see the PDF? You can just unmute if you can't type and say yes. He's also not responding. Shezipi, can you see the? Oh yes, yeah. Khabedi said yes. Okay, cool. So if we've got two, so we should be fine. So I think with that said, you've got a PDF in front of you. This is Eastern Cape Province Department of Transport, right? It's Tungani. It's a JV. I think these are the contractors, and then this is a consultant. I suspect that it's part of a bigger contract and a part of local empowerment. So they're saying here upgrading of the road DR08125 from the N2 to Sipetu Hospital, phase 4, plus minus 14 kilometers between kilometer 10 and kilometer 24. It's quite a huge project. It's a huge project. Installation of small box culverts on the main road. So you can tell that this is a big project, but this title here is showing that it's a smaller package of a bigger project. So let's go through it. Pricing data. This is how you would receive your BOQ. And by the way, it will be part of your tender document. So you've got pricing data. I'm sure you're familiar with this. Pricing instruction and the pricing schedule. We're interested in the pricing schedule. So pricing instructions, we know this is generally there. We need to scroll until we see the BOQ. Yeah, this is where our BOQ starts. I'm going to zoom out a bit so you can see what our BOQ contains. So it contains the title of the project, the title of the works, and then the title of the particular tab. So this is establishment on site, general obligations, right? One tab. Second page, foundation for small structures, got it. Third page, false work, formwork, and concrete finish. Fourth page, steel reinforcement for structures, concrete for structures. I'm just going on. No fines, concrete joints, bearing, bolts, groups, and occupational health and safety. And yeah, and that leads us to the end. So now let's make individual notes, right? This particular file has got 13 pages, right? So if the file has 13 pages, what we need to now do is we need to say what are the relevant pages that we need as our BOQ. So page 1 is not relevant, page 2 is not, page 4 is not, 3 and 4, page 5 is not. So let's note it starts from page 6, right? So let's make that note. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we need page 6 to 12. So the first thing we do, luckily this is just 13 pages, right? In other instances, what would happen is that you would have like 70 pages of a tender document. Just focus on the pages that contain the BOQ only, right? You don't even have to include the summary or the conclusion here. You just need the BOQ because the summary, this page, you won't need it. This page, you'll do it separately on your own. This does not go into the system. So it's page 6 to page 12. I'm sure we've made that note. So the first thing we do is we split the bill, this document, from 13 pages to just only the 6 pages that we want. So how do we do that? We do what we call a PDF split. And let me demonstrate how that is done. So what I'll do is I'm gonna stop sharing. Let me see if I can actually do this. Uh, PDF split. Right. And then I'm gonna stop sharing this one. Then I'm gonna share the PDF split page. Gonna log in. Can you see? It's on the internet. Just make a note. I'm gonna write it here. The website is ilovepdf.com. Please note that down on the chat box there. That's the website that will give you a PDF split. Then when you're on the internet, please type in PDF split, right? And then it will take you to that particular page. That said, let me proceed. So it says select a PDF. Depending on where you've saved it, I'm gonna select that one. There it is. Then it's asking me now the range over here. The range from which page to which page do I need the split? Remember, we said page 6 to page, I think, 12, right? So you can see page 6 looks like that. That's your preview. And the page 12 looks like that. Those two indicate to me that actually I've got something there. And these are both BOQs in BOQ sheets. So I start splitting.
Yes, yes.
Just hang on. I think someone has unmuted. Meko, can you please unmute?
Uh, okay. Let me
Can
try. Uh, am I on mute?
No, no, no. We can still hear you, sir. Can you please mute?
Oh, I must mute. Okay, sorry for that.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Not a problem. Cool. So let's proceed. What we've done is, Meko, just for your information, we've recorded the session. You missed the first part of it, but however, we'll upload it on our YouTube channel so that the parts that you missed, you can actually go through them at your own leisure. And if you have any questions, you can drop us an email and we will engage with you in that way. So that said, let's proceed. We've split our PDF. Let's check how the split looks like. So if I open now, what do I have? Instead of 13 pages, I've got 7 pages. So I've got the PDFs in BOQ format. I'm sure you can see. And this was the last page, right? So what we've done is effectively we've taken our so-called tender document, we've went to the session called BOQ, and we've split the BOQ from the tender so that we can get only the BOQ. So that's how we start with the formatting. Now we need to then go to the second part of our session, which is converting the BOQ in PDF to Excel. I'm gonna download this and I'm gonna save it. Sorry, converting. I'm gonna call it page 6 to 12 PDF. Right. Cool. I think with that said, let's just proceed. Now that I have split my PDF, what I need to do now is I need to move on to move to convert my PDF to Excel. So I go to the same website. Just hang on. I'm just going to stop the presentation so that I can go to the website. Convert subformat. So you can go to the same website. Just hang on. I'm just gonna share my presentation again. There's a tab there called Convert PDF. So you can see you have all your options here. The option that we want is PDF to Excel. So it says PDF to Excel. Then we say select PDF. Now remember, we are selecting the one that is already split. There it is. And then we just type convert to Excel. So let's watch it convert. It's converted. And then we just go to download Excel. Once you've downloaded the Excel opens up and there you have it. Sorry. Yeah, there you have it. Table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your your Excel sheet is now shown. So I think you guys are not seeing it. So I'm going to stop presenting and go to Window, Excel. There's the Excel sheet. Please confirm if you can see the Excel sheet before I proceed. You just type in yes on the chat box. Okay, great. I think we're there. Cool. So now that we are here, what we need to do, we need to now format our Excel sheet. Here are the general rules of formatting the Excel sheet. I'm going to explain them, then I'm going to do a demonstration. We need to make sure that the top row contains the headings of the system. So what are the headings? Item, description, unit, quantity, rate, and amount. Let's keep in mind what our system requires. Item, description, unit, quantity, rate, and amount. The top row, right? That's number one. Number two, each cell, or especially on quantities, each quantity must be in its own cell. So if you have one, it must be in its own cell. For example, if you have a description and description takes up two rows, you need to make sure that everything is in one row. So with that said, let me demonstrate. So let's start formatting the first one. So first page, we remove the title, we don't need it. Now we've got top row. You see it's one, it's A1, top row. Item number, item reference. You see we don't need that for pricing. We remove it. Keep in mind that you've got item type, description, unit, quantity. This quantity is not written properly. Quantity, rate. I can just write rate and amount. Right, cool. You've got that. You don't need the total here. You can just remove this one. Remember, the system does its own um, quantity totals. Then we're here, rate. I'm unmerging, right? To make sure that each cell is in its own individual. No merged items, no consolidated items, right? This section is fine. I can handle it. This is header 2. It's fine. Some header 3 item, whatever the case is. But I know that each row now contains the information that I need.